So, here's one way that Indigenous African communities use spirituality and metaphysical divination systems to help kids find their purpose and to orient their entire early childhood education around identifying and strengthening their unique gifts and talents and using them to fulfill that purpose and to make meaningful contributions to their communities. In her book, The Spirit of Intimacy, Sabanfu Somé, a Dagara philosopher from Burkina Faso, talks about how living a purpose driven life is one of their central values as a society. And she gives us some insights into the customs and rituals, the cultural infrastructure they use to align themselves with that value. She describes a beautiful hearing ritual where a spiritual diviner and elders within the community meet with pregnant women to ask the unborn child, "Who are you? Why are you coming here? What can we do to ease your journey?" The elders then prepare that space that the child is born into in such a way that reflects that purpose. So let's say the spirit of that unborn child said they're here to work with plants and nature. I interpret that to mean that they might create a birthing space that reflects the botanical landscape of their environment. Of course, the child has no waking memory of this once they're actually born, so their community helps bring it to their consciousness as they grow and develop by making sure they surround the child with things that will help them remember and accomplish that spiritual purpose they have described. I love that so much because it shows that as a society, they are so serious about people living fulfilling, purpose driven lives that they start working on it while the child is still in utero. And it actively and intentionally honors their belief that the unseen, spiritual, metaphysical realms offer wisdom and insights for how we can best navigate the material realm. And that it's wise of us to develop and invest in divinatory practices that help us interpret and understand that wisdom. We can use divinatory tools like astrology and studying a child's astrological chart, which I can help you do, to do the same sort of thing today. It is important to note that these systems of spiritual learning are not perfect or formulaic, especially not in the way that Western colonial systems of knowledge pretend to be or insist that things be. And it's also important to note that not every indigenous divination system is suitable for every modern community or culture. That's why I like to use astrology because it's somewhat universal in that way. Finding our collective way back to those kind of holistic practices and reintegrating those ways of being and ways of organizing society and of supporting and developing and raising children is a big part of what we're collectively tasked with doing in this moment of Western collapse. Whether that means learning your natal chart in astrology or embarking on your own journey of spiritual Sankofa within your cultural heritage or with the things that resonate with you, I think the impact could be huge and very much worth it. For the kids, especially. And if you want me to help you, to help your child gain some insight on their purpose in life and how they contribute to the community and the collective and their unique gifts and skills, their weaknesses that they're going to probably need some more support with or need you to provide some more resources and some extra attention for, you can book a Cosmic Kids reading at jadawater.com. And I'll be so glad to help you with that. Ashe.